October 13th, 1896. A daily ritual takes place at the Meeker Hotel with the town drunk.
No, I need you to leave. You're gonna have to go.
You said that yesterday.
Yeah, well, yesterday, yeah, way too much today.
Phil Barnhart, who had a reputation for heavy drinking, was in the saloon at the Meeker Hotel.
You've been a nice guy. I'll see you this afternoon.
All right, well, you'll see me when you're sober is when you'll see me, okay?
While the town drunk is being told to take a breather, 3 former members of Butch Cassidy's Wild Bunch gang make their way into the bank next door.
Good doing business with you. Thank you.
This is a robbery. Don't you move.
Some say this crew, led by Jim Shirley, hope to emulate Butch Cassidy's style.
George, you're right. Get the cash.
All right.
Don't you move, mister.
I'm moving.
Nice and easy. All the money in the safe. Put it in the bag.
George Law and a young man known to history only as the Kid are less experienced than Shirley
You better get that cash out right now.
and are a bit quick
can't
to the
open the
punch. To prove a point to the hesitant bank teller, George Law fires off a warning shot,
All the money in the bag now.
All right.
a move that will seal this crew's fate.
Hey!
Phil Barnhart ran out in the street and alerted the citizens of Meeker that there was a robbery taking place.
The bank is being robbed! They're over there, they're robbing the bank!
Where?
Hello, Ted!
With most of the town at work in the mines, Barnhart does his best to rally a few of the local shop owners.
Gonna cover the back end of the bank. Get on up there on top there and take position, all right?
It's years before the federal government will ever insure bank deposits, so the townspeople know that their life savings are in jeopardy.
Come on, guys, let's cover. Cover yourself. Just get down there.
Come on.
Boys, we got trouble?
What you mean?
On the lookout, the Kid notices the gathering militia.
I mean, we got trouble coming up down the street. We got town folk with guns. Oh, we can't go out there, man.
What are we gonna do?
We're going out the back. Grab a hostage. No, please, no. Come on, kid.
In the American Wild West, it's said that life is cheaper than gold. So despite the hostages being used as human shields, chaos quickly ensues, and the bullets begin to fly. With their life savings on the line, the townspeople quickly put Jim Shirley's gang in the dirt.
We know that the men slipped away under the cover of darkness, disguised as duck hunters, and one by one showed up in secrecy to Jekyll Island.
Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Thank you for holding our reservation. We do appreciate the accommodation.
I'm surprised. We weren't quite expecting hunters this evening. Are you personal friends of the owners?
What this hotel clerk doesn't know is that these men haven't arrived on the island to hunt for ducks.
We weren't expecting questions.
Nelson Aldrich is a senator from Rhode Island who is connected by marriage to the Rockefeller family and who is a quite wealthy man in his own right.
Gentlemen, I've invited you here at this critical juncture in our nation's history.
Paul Warburg was invited simply because he knew more about central banks than any man in America.
The central bank will not only give us more control, it will give us the ability to regulate the future of our economy.
Frank Vanderlip was president of National City Bank, one of the most important banking positions in America.
Having the currency under our control gives us the ability to print at will. It gives us the ability to finance the government, and that puts the control in our hand.
Abram Andrew is the Assistant Secretary of the Treasury. He represents the government, essentially, in this group.
Gentlemen, it's obvious that the time for a central bank has arrived. The issue at hand today is how we are going to create such an entity.
The American people will not accept bankers as leaders.
But the people have accepted it in Europe. Why won't they accept it here?
This needs to be perceived as a government institution.
While these men battle it out, the fate and fortune of America hangs in the balance. It's 1964, and the Beatles are on their first American tour. After hearing reports of mayhem and unruly fans, only one hotel in all of Seattle would agree to host the band.
They could change everything around. Everybody would want to stay where the Beatles stayed in Seattle.
But now with the Beatles en route after their first Seattle concert, they have to figure out how to get them through the throngs of crazed fans and into the hotel safely.
That's it! Back from the barricade! Get back off the barricade!
Everyone was expecting the Fab Four to arrive in the big black limousines that they'd seen on TV before. So the Seattle Police Department hired an ambulance. They were able to part the crowds, get the ambulance through the barricade, onto the pier, drive up to the front entrance of the property.
Yeah, please.
Beatles got out.
By the time the crowd realizes that the band has arrived,
Welcome, I'm Don. I'm Don, the hotel manager. Welcome to the Edgewater.
they're already behind the barricade.
Right this way.
Oh, thank you, John. Thank you, sir.
The arrival works as planned. The band makes it into the hotel without incident. And now the Edgewater can reap the benefits of the publicity.
We got probably the most iconic picture of the Edgewater with the Fab Four fishing out of the window of this suite. And it's gone down in history.
Word gets out that there is a Patriot sympathizer in Malvern, and it's a blacksmith. And the British go to his shop and they search it, and they find bayonets, cannonballs, and other ordnance.
I'm just trying to make a living for my family.
It's a perfect fit. Who are you working for?
I'm not working for anyone.
Who's paying you?
Nobody.
You're under arrest. Turn around.
The British take Curtis Lewis from his shop, from his house, take him to the General Warren Inn.
Traitor. Sir. Now, you will tell me, where are the rebels?
I don't.
You do know. You know what happens to traitors?
I have a family, sir.
And you won't have one very long, unless you tell me where they are.
I don't know, sir.
You do. Where are they?